Hello, welcome to Ticket to the Cup. I'm Tracey Holmes, and what a cup it's been. We know now that Spain will play England to get their hands on the trophy. Australia will take on Sweden for third place in a best ever result already for the Matildas. To dissect everything about this World Cup, I'm joined by three guests today. We've got Matilda number 162, Servet Uzunlar. Great to have you, Servet. We've got Anya Uol, who is the Mr. Football Les Murray Award winner from UNHCR. Great to have you too.
Thank you.
And we've seen you throughout the show. And Abby from Her Way. What an unbelievable tournament. Servet, let's start with you. Being a Matilda, tell me about the World Cup and what it's all meant, how it's all played out.
Look, World Cup's the biggest stage of football for any player. To host it here in Australia, we'll co-host. What a stage to show Australia, New Zealand, the world as well, of what joy football brings and the quality of football and females who are playing the game right now.
And that's it, Anya, isn't it? It's like the world stage, the world was here, and I think people have woken up to the quality of football played by women.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. You know, I've been having conversation with so many people and they're saying the same thing. They can't believe that leading back in 2010 and seeing where we are now, that we can sold out over 76,000 tickets. It's unbelievable. And I think that is an amazing thing that we have seen so far.
Abby, as a journalist of the future, how do you look at what this World Cup has brought?
I think before the World Cup we were all kind of talking about how this is kind of going to be the changing point for women's sport, not just in Australia but I guess around the world as well, and I think this is definitely going to inspire, you know, the next generation of female athletes, not just football players, the next generation of female journalists and also the next generation of other, I guess, women that want to get into the game, whether it's by coaching or some other role.
Yeah. You know, we're coming to you from Circular Quay, and that is the ferries obviously cheering and tooting for the Matildas and how well they've done and all of the action that we've seen on the world stage here. The world has been here, not just in a playing sense. We've also had youth ambassadors from 70 different countries. They've been here as part of a program called Festival 23. Amongst those youth ambassadors, 3 from Qatar. And they are ambassadors from Qatar's FIFA Men's World Cup and their legacy program called Generation Amazing.
For me, it's more relatable, you know, seeing women and like being of the same gender and being empowered at this stage, that they getting chances that they didn't have before. You know, whenever they were provided with the stage, they're making, like, literally, they're being champions, they're being heroes, they're being role models to other younger girls.
For the Women World Cup, it's such like a unique, because it's for a woman, like to empower and to give some such a motivation to other women to be more engaged, such as players, or to be a part of like a workforce of the management of the World Cups.
Like, we can see that everyone is interested in the World Cup. Like, women really, they show that they are capable of playing and competing in the World Cup. So I think it's a great opportunity. Women just need people to believe in them to show their success.
What sort of impact do you think a World Cup can have on the next generation in any country?
I have really experienced how football can change people. It can build leadership skills, emotional intelligence, empathy, and like you can carry on with these skills like throughout the years, and it's become part of your identity and your personality.
I also believe that youth are really capable of great things. The thing is that they need insurance and they need people to believe in them. So whenever they look into this kind of World Cups and people really playing and getting to like high places, they really get inspired, and then like they're looking for opportunities for them to further develop their talents. So that's how we see things in our festival. For example, they start from day one just eager to know more, but they end up, you know, building, even having great ideas to take them back to their organizations back in their countries.
We hope one day that we will host the Men's World Cup. And I wonder one day if you think your country will host the Women's World Cup.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's a hope of every woman, I think, at this point. Yeah.
It would be great.
Yeah, because proven that the Men's World Cup worked out this well, I mean, I don't think it's going to be impossible for such a women World Cup also to be in Qatar. So hopefully that's going to be the future.
It will be great. Yeah. And it will be great to be, each one of us to be a part of that, not only as a fan.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk specifically about the Matildas, because what a journey it's been, and it's not over yet. We will be broadcasting a special edition of The Ticket on Sunday, which is after the Matildas' final game for this third place playoff. Let's hope they do it. Abby, the Matildas themselves, what do they mean to this country after the journey they've been on here?
I think there's always going to be, some people that weren't really sure, how this World Cup was going to go. Like, I definitely wasn't expecting them to make it this far, but I guess, like I kind of said before, I think they've really just inspired this next generation of female athletes in this country, and definitely more of them are becoming household names now. Like before, the only Matilda that was kind of known by everyone was Sam Kerr, but now you've got Mary Fowler, Hayley Raso, Caitlin Ford, all of these girls, which is amazing.
Yeah. Anya?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Abby. I think what they have left behind is how important women football is, not just in Australia, but across the globe, and how important we need to talk about gender equity in every fairness of the game. And I think that is the conversation that they're going to leave as their legacy moving forward, because I think they have so much to contribute beyond just the football field.
Servette, do you see that too, that the Matildas, a sports team, a football team, have actually broadened the conversation, and by broadening their base, it's changed the way we think about ourselves?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's so interesting from the start of the tournament to now, and obviously success helps, winning games help, but so many people that wouldn't even watch a football game, let alone a female football game, and have fallen in love with it. And for the girls to be role models, it's so amazing what they've done. And these are local girls from around Australia. But no, it's been amazing to watch them.
Well, one of the incredible things is many of the Matildas will tell you that their inspiration as young girls was watching Cathy Freeman win her race at the Olympic Games in Sydney 2000. And this is what happens. This Matildas team will inspire the next generation. And I want to take you to two very special guests who are also very tapped into the next generation. I'm thrilled to be able to introduce to you Elmo and Abby Cadabby. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. It's wonderful to be here. Yeah, thanks for having us, Miss Tracey. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just so impressed that you came here for the FIFA Women's World Cup. You've worn your jerseys today. I actually had no idea that you were football players.
Yeah, Elmo's a big fan of football.
You're a fan.
Yeah.
So you cheer from the side.
Well, Elmo's a cheerleader, and Elmo hands out popcorn when we play on Sesame Street soccer team. Elmo will say, "Would you like some popcorn? Would you like some popcorn?" He's really good.
Popcorn. Popcorn is my favourite.
Yeah, it's good fuel. Elmo will hook you up with some popcorn later.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward
But Abby
to that.
plays. That's right.
I was just going to ask, Abby, what position do you play?
I play forward.
Right.
Yeah, just like Sam Kerr.
Are you as good as Sam Kerr?
I don't think so, but I'm going to practice every day. I mean, she's my hero and she works hard. Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering about that. Have you ever suffered an injury? And I wonder what that's like when you're sitting in the box and you want to be out there with your teammates, but you just can't rush it. How do you deal with the down times?
Well, for me, we're a team, right? And I just have to trust that, we're in this together, and I can cheer and send my energy and love towards everyone in the team, and everybody gets a chance to shine. So I guess I just am happy to be part of the team.
I think the really nice thing is we've seen so many teams here at this World Cup who are not expected to do really well. They did better than expected.
Really? Who?
And, we're talking teams like Jamaica, teams like Morocco. Nigeria's been fantastic.
Cool.
And even though some of these teams get knocked out, they've got so much support now, and people are celebrating how deep women's football is going globally. It's just growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, in state we have Angel City.
You do?
Yeah.
I know a little bit about Angel City.
Yes, you do.
You've been to some games, haven't you?
Yes, I have. It's so amazing. And we still yell, "Go!" That's universal. Yeah. Yeah.
What is so amazing about Angel City? Why is it so different?
Well, what I like about it is just, that it's girls. I'm just going to say it that way. And seeing other little girls like me have something to get the support and cheering, and just everybody's there having a good time. They even have drummers there sometimes. They're like, boom, 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 boom. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, look, I know you guys are super busy. I really thank you for dropping in today.
Well, we love being in Australia.
Thank you so much, Elmo and Abby. Wonderful to have you.
Thank you. Great to be here.
See you next time.
Okay. Bye, everybody. That was magical.
In a rare moment at the weekend, fans and commentators at AFL matches ignored the players on the field and fierce code against code rivalry. They were busy watching the Matildas make history.
She's on the runway here. Yes! Right, and they're through. Unbelievable scenes. The Matildas have won the penalty shootout in the most dramatic of fashions.
I love soccer.
Highlighting the gains women's football has made in just a matter of weeks. Everyone and anyone is watching. As the tournament expands, the prize money has tripled and the quality of football has deepened. Whoever lifts the trophy will be doing so for the first time. All the previous champions, Norway, Germany, the US and Japan, have been eliminated. Sure, this is great for newcomers, but what does it tell us? The US has been World Cup champions 4 times. This hasn't stopped its national league folding 3 times in 20 years. 2-time champions Germany may be a football powerhouse, but its national women's league is still only semi-professional. Norway set a global standard in 2017, becoming the first to pay its national women's team the same as the men, thanks to star player Ada Hegerberg, who pushed for equal pay by refusing to play for the national team. This year was her first World Cup since 2015, an enormous sacrifice for the Ballon d'Or winner, who's still not happy with the domestic conditions in her country. Being World Cup champions doesn't put women's football on stable ground. Strength must grow from the roots up. So what does make the difference? You. The Matildas' historic win against France drew the biggest TV audience since Cathy Freeman won Olympic gold in Sydney 2000. Support for the game grows the game. So, whoever becomes the next World Cup champion, make sure you keep watching. The A-Leagues are where most of our Matildas and Socceroos begin. There's room for everyone here. The FIFA World Cup has shown sharing the love between the footy codes is a beautiful thing.
Well, let's get some closing thoughts from our esteemed panel today, and that is what happens next. Anya.
Yeah, well, look, we've been talking about the legacy so far, and I think for me, most importantly, is the role the media is going to play. Because the media has been crucial in this element, not as big as it should have been, but now we need to keep that momentum and shine light on the women football. And I think that is something that we really need to start talking about.
Abby.
Yeah, I definitely think that the A-League is also going to play a big part in, trying to just keep the media from, overseas invested as well. Just seeing that, although not all of the Australian girls will be in Australia because they've got big office now, but just making sure that, overseas media and overseas fans want to watch the A-League as well so they can see lots of these stars and the next generation of Matildas as well. But I think, just also getting lots of kids and, all of the other fans of the World Cup invested as well.
And Servette, as a former Matilda, this journey, you're part of it too, a really crucial part of it. And that's been so great watching the Matildas alumni be so engaged in this because the journey's yours. So what next?
I think also what Abby's saying as well, we really need to invest in the grassroots now. We've have all this momentum, media coverage. We don't want it to fizzle out. So we need to build from this and use it as a stepping stone and how we invest back into the game. So I really want to see that. We can definitely do it. There is interest there, young boys and girls wanting to play the game. Let's invest in the future so we have more Sam Kerrs, Caitlin Fords, Mary Fowlers, all these sorts of players. So yeah, fingers crossed we invest. I just want this to be a stepping stone rather than just something that might just, die off.
Servette, Anya and Abby, thank you so much for being with me today and being part of this World Cup journey with us. And thank you so much for your investment in watching Ticket to the Cup. See you later.